What is up, everybody? I wish I could do like a cool echo. I mean, I could, but the effort, like 100, 100, 100, and then have it like,
100.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, that's probably not gonna happen.
It's a
But
lot of work.
welcome to the 100th episode of the Fandom Effect, which
Woo,
is
woo, woo.
pretty crazy.
Even Cameron's scary.
Yeah, when this started as just something that I was like, I'm bored. Let's just
do something. Crazy.
Let's just do something. Yeah, and I mean, we'll talk. So what we're gonna talk about today is, we were kind of thinking about it, and we were like, all right, do we just like have on like a regular guest, like one of the indie people that we're working on, or do we try to get like a high profile guest? And then I was like, it doesn't really fit with who we are. Like, we're not just out there to just get whatever. Like, we're actually trying to accomplish something.
We have
So
goals.
I was like, why don't we just talk about kind of what we're up to, recap for anyone what the idea of the Phantom Effect is, and then without going into too much detail, tease some of the things that are going to be happening down the road. So first things first, Sam, even though we didn't take many videos
almost none at all.
Anime Milwaukee, it was a successful con for us because we got 4 artist confirmations.
Yeah, we're cool like that.
That are going to be, I would assume, probably in the next couple months is when we'll be able to get all of them on. But I was telling, who was I talking to? I think I was talking to Mark or somebody, or I was talking to the intern.
Yourself?
No, I was talking to
the intern.
Got
it.
And
always intern.
Yeah, I was like, okay, depending on the right con now, we could know anywhere between like 3 and like 10 artists that could be at a convention. So I was like, a weird long-term goal is to go to a con, look at Artist Alley, and be like, I know all of you.
And I know you, and I know you,
and I know you, and I know you too. It'd be
party.
really expensive because we'd have to buy someone from everybody. So we probably would go broke because that's like $1,000.
Yeah, start paying us now, folks. We've got a coffee, so we can afford to have friends.
Yeah.
Long story short.
But I think that'd be kind of crazy to go to a con and like look at the list and be like, I know the vast majority
of all of you.
Of all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. But we got some pretty cool people, I think, that are going to be there, that are going to be on. Which with artwork that like is it's like next level good.
Right.
Like the people that we talked to that were all like agreeing to come on. Their art was like, it was like, okay, this isn't like just like your run of the mill like I'm good at art, which they all are obviously because they're at a convention.
Right.
It was like, dear Lord, how are you not like repainting the 16th Chapel?
I'm saying that
gold
that one.
Yeah, the guy's playing cards.
One?
The playing cards. It was just playing cards.
Yes. And they were still amazing.
That's unreal. I don't know.
I'm saying.
Yeah, but so that's what we were mainly up to. Is we were at Anime Milwaukee,
shooting the shit, seeing homies.
Yeah, did some networking, which you're gonna have to do more of at the next one because I might not be there.
So if anybody's listening, Sam the Man Cosplay will be going to Anime Detour. Come find me. Yeah. I will hopefully be making videos.
Yeah, we need to, at the very least, come back with more guests.
Yes, I will do my best.
We'll be fine, yeah. So, Sam, you've been on the show now for a little while, but you were on before.
Correct. I was just a homie that came on every once in a while.
Yeah. So why did you originally even want to come on the show, like, in general?
First of all, and I will be very honest, I am very vain.
Well, yeah.
Biggest one. Second of all, you're my homie. And I do anything for my homies. Third of all, this is fun.
It is
I like
fun.
doing this. It's nice talking to people, getting to talk to you, just shooting the shit for an hour, half hour, whatever long the episode is. Meeting new homies. Homie will be the word of the day.
Yeah.
Will be this episode's word of the day. Will be homie. If you comment anywhere with the word homie, I'll give you a high five. I don't know. I'll think of something.
Mm.
So like getting
Just
to
all
meet
the
like
homies.
getting to meet like Jonathan.
Yeah.
He's our homie now. We follow each other on Instagram.
Yeah, it's true. He did.
Um, getting to meet Jonathan and the fact that he's now a homie with us and we follow each other on Instagram.
Yeah.
And he's just like a very chill actor. Now we got actor insides.
Yeah. He did like respond because I got it back and I messaged him and I was like, hey man, I was like, this is my Instagram back, and like I didn't see anything, and then like the next day he like followed me back, and he was like, hey, you're who you say you are again. And I was like, I know, right?
You're who you say you are.
And I was like, yeah, he's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And like, again, so if everyone wants to talk about like what's going on, like what exactly the Fandom Effect is, it started originally as just wanting to just re-podcast again because I had a podcast way back in the day called Pop Luck with some friends that, you know, kind of like blew up. And or like not blew up, but like one of them kind of splintered away and like they're still two friends and me and the other guy are still friends, but me and one of the guys are like we don't even talk anymore.
Rip.
And then it became like just starting with interviewing friends, and then I got like a few connections and started interviewing like some celebrities, and like, you know, want to get back to interviewing more people, but like got to interview like early on, one of the very first, I think within the first 20 episodes I ever did, I interviewed Neil Ross, who was literally the voice of my childhood. Like he's the original Green Goblin from Spider-Man. He did Shipwreck and G.I. Joes. Like literally, like he did Keith and Lance from the original Voltron. I mean, like so literally voice of my childhood, and got to like talk to him. And
crazy.
like, yeah, and like the guy from Fandom, and like if we talk about this, even people that have said no, like so my favorite superhero of all time is Booster Gold.
Yes.
And we couldn't get. I don't know who is your favorite, Cameron. Booster Gold. Here, why don't you, Cameron, come here real quick. Come here real quick.
You paid him to say that, didn't you?
I did.
Okay.
Cameron, say hi to everyone. It's our big 100th episode. You got to come say hi. You're the mascot.
Cameron.
Okay, he's too shy.
Sam wants to see you.
But no, he and so I emailed the creator of Booster Gold, Dan Jurgens, and I think DC had too high requirements or whatever for like. Because he's not like just one of their artists. I'm like he's like some, you know, like DC will like hire an artist and be like, hey, can you work on this run? And then they don't actually work for DC. They just do that run.
Like freelance.
Yeah, but they can say they worked for DC, but like not for a long period of time. Dan Jurgens is like legitimately paid by DC, like on like to do because he's created so many things. Like he didn't just write Booster Gold. He created Booster Gold. And he emailed actually trying to like find out more info on the show to maybe get on. It didn't end up working out, but even the fact that he replied in an email. So I don't know. What to you has been like a highlight so far?
Getting to actually talk to like Mog on Brett. That episode, that was actually a lot of fun. I enjoyed that episode.
I've done stuff with them a lot of times now.
Mm-hmm.
Come here. You can say hi.
Cameron!
Say hi, everyone. Hello. It's okay. Just say hi. There's no one actually watching. We're just recording it for later.
No,
say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Say, listen to Daddy's show.
Listen to Daddy's show.
I'm clipping
who's your favorite superhero?
Red Hood.
Red Hood. What's your favorite movie?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. Which Spider-Man, Cameron?
Which Spider-Man? The last one you saw in theaters? The last one.
Okay.
The newest one.
Okay.
What's your favorite anime? It's like the cartoons that we watch. Like Luffy. Like Luffy's an anime. You know which
Little
one's your
dude just
favorite?
doesn't know.
You don't know?
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles? That's a good one.
Okay, we'll
That's
take that.
That's a good one. Yes. Yeah, the vlog star, like I won't repeat it because we've talked about it before, but yeah, getting to know them has been really good. And besides just the connections, like some stuff we can't talk about even though it's our 100th episode, but like it's led to just a lot of things that are going to happen in like the next 4 or 5 months that like were always things that you think about and then you were always like, nah, there's no, it's too much. Like I'm not going to do it. And then now it's like, oh no, maybe I can actually do this.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
It's been a wild ride.
Yeah. So the things we try to focus on here is that like not only is there just so many different fandoms, but like I think to me it's always been deeper than that. It's because it's that there's just so many things out there that either you never get to experience or people just don't feel like starting. Like there's so much, like even I'm guilty of it. I didn't watch Doctor Who for the longest time because I just was like, I bet you it sucks. And I just had never seen it, had never seen a clip of it. I was just assuming that I heard it sucks. Or assuming that it sucks, and I just never watched it until Mark made me watch it, and now now I love Doctor Who.
Fun fact, I've never watched a single episode of Doctor Who. You can roast me, it's fine.
I will.
That's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
What is something that's really popular that you haven't watched?
That I haven't watched. Well, I mean, because I had stopped watching the Harry Potter movies after number 4 because I thought I was getting just so sick of like, it was becoming like just a prolonged like Batman background of just like, I get it, your parents are dead, like I understand, that's very sad. Mm-hmm. But dude, it's been like 8 years of school, and this is still the main drive behind everything that you're doing. Like, move on in other ways, man. Do other things,
please.
But because of Cameron, I've ended up having to watch because he likes Harry Potter. Except I think I've watched all of it now, except for the last part 2 or whatever. I don't know if there's. I don't know what's something popular that I haven't watched.
Do you watch Sherlock?
I do. I have watched Sherlock.
Damn.
There's a lot of like popular video games and stuff that are like big video games that I've never actually like sat down and played like a full playthrough.
Yeah, like give me an example.
I've never actually sat and played a Castlevania.
Okay.
Yeah. Never played any Kingdom Hearts more than like 30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So here's a hot take for our 100th episode. I like the Clone Wars trilogy movies.
You don't have to convince me at all.
Minus Jar Jar. Like I don't like. I felt that was an unnecessary character, but besides that,
no. Episode 3 is my favorite.
Yeah,
I'll watch the prequels.
I enjoyed them because not only do I enjoy the movies, the comics based on the Clone Wars are fantastic.
Oh, the TV show based on the Clone Wars?
Oh,
amazing!
Like one of the greatest animated movie or shows
ever.
Ever.
Yes.
I stand by this random fact that I'm making up on the spot. I don't think that we would have gotten The Mandalorian or any of the current shows if not for the success of the Clone Wars.
Oh, 100% I agree.
Like, I just don't think we would get down there.
No. Not at all.
We owe Clone Wars more than we realize.
Truly. It's the
It also brought back so many... Because it just... I don't know. It's not the topic of today. The topic of today is...
It could be the topic of next week.
What we're up to. Yeah. What do we owe the... That's not a bad one. What do we owe the Clone Wars?
Everybody comment, leave a review. Yeah. Tell us that you want to hear us rant about the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Rant and rave.
So what's been fun for me since been doing this show was one of the more highlights was interviewing Jay Lethal a couple times to where like after the second time when we were done recording and he was like yeah, I consider you guys friends now. And in your head for a brief moment you're like, I went to like wrestling shows in Michigan and like watched you on TV wrestling for Ring of Honor and like watched all these things, and now here you are on my show and being like, well, yeah, no, I think I consider you a friend.
We're homies.
Like, yeah, like we're friends now. Like, I mean, now he's too like he's doing really good, which is awesome. So I haven't really had a chance to talk to him a whole lot lately, but or even like Alfred that we're having on tomorrow. I mean, like that was the guy literally writes for Forbes magazine for wrestling, and was a part of the. So I never really listened to much podcasts, which is ironic because now I'm on like I host 2 of them, and with our plans probably a lot more. But the only one that I ever really started watching was there was a wrestling one called Wrestling Inc. Because I was usually too busy to watch like Raw or SmackDown back when WWE used to be good, and I would just listen to their podcast because I would have like easier days at work or whatever. So I would just like pop in their podcast and I would just listen to that. And now he's been on the show 3 or 4 times. I don't know. But I think to me, it's the repeat stuff that I'm most proud of. One of the things I'm most proud of, like, cause we can get a lot of people on for a one-off, but it's the fact that we'll get like Mog on the show. Like now she's been on the show like what, maybe 5 times.
Right. A good handful.
Yeah. And like literally plans more. I mean, I literally like Brett, and these are just stories of like what it's like when you get into podcasting and you just do the right thing and you do it the right way. Like you try to actually make friends. Like Brett had a comment earlier where he posted a picture of him at the beach with his family, and he commented, he commented on it saying, "I hope some other Mark guy, not me, tagged some other Mark guy and said, has surprised Mark May or something, hasn't said he hates me yet." And the guy just commented, like, laugh out loud. I re-commented under that part and went, "Don't worry, Brett, I hate you."
Don't worry, I'll tell you I hate you.
Yeah. So then he retaliated by going, like, when I posted saying if anyone did want to swing by and be on the show, he commented saying, like, yeah, I can do it if I can record from the beach.
I also saw that.
Yeah, and I was like, funny. I hate you. And I literally, we've known you for, like, literally have known you for like a month.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So where do you so we have a lot of stuff, so I'm gonna let you do this. Where do you see us like where do you want us to go in the next however many episodes until chaos reigns supreme?
Big and famous.
Big and famous, got it.
I'm a simple woman. I don't have much needs.
Big and famous, got it.
Big and famous.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to go to like conventions and have like have a booth, but then like do panels on like how to do a successful like nerdy podcast.
What I want is just for us to be boothing, and then somebody to go, "Oh, I listened to you," and
like,
I'd be like,
yeah, I've heard of I've been to your website, or I've listened to a show that says that they're represented by you, or
yes,
or whatever. Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily big and famous. That's long-term goals. But to go to convention and be like, we're impacting people. People know us.
Yeah.
We are changing lives, Mark.
One small step at a time.
That would be nice.
It would be. Mm-hmm.
What do you want out of us?
I think based on plans that are
currently
being worked
in
on,
the works,
I would like to see like us like get more involved in the actual like industry. Like we are, like we're working on things that are getting us there. Mm-hmm. We just can't openly talk about it because I want to make sure everything is like done and going and ready. I think short term, I'd like to have us get the website going. I think that'd be sweet.
Yes. And to let everybody know, we are going to be launching a website soon. Yay!
Yay!
What do you want to tell the people about the website so far? Or just that we have one? Well, we don't have one yet. We're working on it.
Right. I don't know. There's a lot. I think the thing with the website I'd like to talk about is it's not just going to be like a website of like, hey, go to the website and here's the Fandom Effect podcast. It's going to be like an actual like hub for stuff. Like we're going to have people that are going to like write articles and like we're going to write stuff. Like it's going to be more of like an actual hub than not just like a, hey, here's a website and another place to listen to our podcast kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just going to be like, it's going to be more unique than just listen to our show a million times.
Which you can do that as well.
Right. Yeah, which you should do. But
why haven't you done that already?
Yeah. But we're going to hopefully do some new cool stuff and try to actually get I'd like to have like just more ways of people finding resources for different like things that they're fans of. Like be more of a resource that like people can go to and be like, "Oh, I'm interested in this kind of thing. Oh, look, they got an article on it. Or look, they tagged this video in it or something, you know, like, or it's just a place that
one-stop shop.
Yeah. Somewhere we can just actually help people. Like, it was kind of funny. I said like, yeah, like, you know, like G4, but like internet version. And then apparently everyone hates the new G4 from what I've been hearing. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh, so just a better version of G4. Yeah, I know. It's weird stuff. I only watched part of it. Mm-hmm. This is just a random story. So I'm a huge fan of these guys called Viva La Dirt League.
Viva La Dirt League.
Yeah, they do. It's a big YouTube. They got like almost 4 million people on YouTube. It was literally started off as like 3 random guys started making skits, and now like they all quit their jobs and like are literally rich beyond their wildest dreams. They do a D&D series, which is hilarious because they're literally chaotic evil, but they're supposed to be like good. But the DM just kind of lets them get away with stuff.
Oh my god.
There's some bad stuff. There's one episode that I even if you don't watch the whole thing, Sam, because I think they're on like episode 60 or 70 now. They're not crazy long. It's not like Critical Role, where it's 3-4 hours each episode. It's their max episode's like 35 minutes, so it's not like critical. It's not like Critical Role.
You can't even have a battle in 30 minutes.
Trust me, they do.
Oh no.
Well, not a fully like they'll record in like 6-hour blocks and then they chop it up.
Got it
into stuff. But there's an episode that I'll clip you where they're literally the DM introduces like this flying ship just to get them from point A to point B, and introduced an Arakaka, which I know what you know. Those are the flying bird creatures.
Yes.
For the sole purpose of was going to give them a ship combat just to give them like a fight in the middle of the ship, and then he scrapped it because they were taking so long. Because they'll get like sponsored content, you know, like D&D or Wizards of the Coast will send them like the new module coming out and be like, hey, can you have your guys do a thing that interacts with this module in some way? Mm-hmm. And they'll get paid for it. And one of the characters, he's like, his job is to catch me if I fell off the ship. And the DM's like, yeah, I guess. And he goes, can I test that theory? And he's like, I mean, I technically. And he just grabs his mini and hucks it off the ship. And he's like just shrugs his hands like, now what? I jumped off the ship as they're like hundreds of miles in the air. And it was hilarious. It's like the funniest 6 minutes you'll ever see.
Oh my goodness.
But they're doing a new Kickstarter where like they're actually like building like a studio and all this other stuff. But the whole point of that story was that their stuff's now on G4. Like they're taking like a lot of their smaller skits and they're making like shit little 30-minute episodes out of it. And just kind of putting it on G4, you know, to kind of fill up the late night time slot, so to speak.
Yeah. And
every comment on their post about it was like, oh God, please make sure that G4 doesn't own the rights to your stuff to ruin it. And like, yeah.
Please
so
don't
we're gonna be the better G4.
Better.
Yeah. But also, if they somehow listen to this, you should still hire us. Because
you should still pay us.
Yeah.
We'll do better. So
we'll do better. We'll make everyone better.
Yeah. This is like Soviet Russia. This is our stuff now.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which we can't really talk about, but there's so many cool things that I wish I could talk about.
We can't talk about Soviet Russia.
We can't talk about it.
Mm-mm. That's okay. Keep listening. You'll find out soon.
Yeah. keep listening, keep paying attention. There's lots of cool, sweet, awesome
New
stuff.
fun things.
Yeah, happening in the future.
Yes.
I don't know. What would you say? Because again, we never wanted this one to be played so long. We kind of was like, man, we're hitting episode 100. Like that's freaking. It's a lot of talking.
Yeah, you talk constantly.
Yeah.
Considering you have been in every single episode, but like one.
I think, yeah, one or two is I think the most I've ever not been involved in.
Yes.
Yeah, and well, it probably averages out when you think about the other show. And then it probably all averages out. It probably all averages out.
Yeah, probably all averages out.
Yeah. What would be?
You're just a
So this is just
chatterbox.
again. This is kind of pure speculation. What would be like a dream guest for you?
Taron Egerton.
Okay, so for the people who don't know who that is,
You should.
Right, but remember that's the thing. There's too many fandoms.
That's true. Okay, has everybody seen The Kingsman?
I mean, I know a lot of people have. I've seen most of them, not all of them, but
There's
most of them.
only 3.
I thought the new one just came out, or is it coming?
The third
out?
one.
Oh, I don't know. Whatever.
It did come out. I seen it.
Then I've seen 2 of them, so then maybe I guess I've seen all of it.
Yes, The Kingsman. He is Eggsy
Yeah.
in The Kingsman.
Hmm.
He also plays the gorilla in the Sing movies. Because there's 2 of those. I watched those 2. He was Eddie and Eddie the Eagle.
Got it.
He was Robin Hood in Robin Hood. I've watched
Okay.
most of his movies.
Okay.
I like that man.
Respect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yes, I would him or you know what?
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen. That'll never
Or
happen.
Hayden Christensen.
But
Right.
that would also be the dream. I'm a simple woman.
Yeah. So I'll do 2 then too. So because it's my favorite, so Orlando Bloom
Really?
only for the Lord of the Rings. That's the only thing I would give a flying shit about. Like we'd somehow get it, and he'd be like, "All right, I'm gonna talk about the movie coming out." I'd ask him like 10 questions on Legolas, and be like, "All right,
And we're
I'm
done.
good. I'm good, man. That's all I really wanted to know about."
That's all I wanted.
You have a good day, man.
See you next time.
Yeah, and Henry Cavill.
Really? Is that how you
Yeah.
pronounce his last name?
I have no clue.
I wouldn't been pronouncing in my head as Calvo.
I see. I don't think I've never really heard him pronounce it, so I'm actually not sure. But I would like him for the sole reason of he was a bigger inspiration for the show because he openly talks about how much of a nerd he is and how like it wasn't as cool when he was growing up, but now he doesn't really care anymore. So he's just gonna like say like because he's like a huge World of Warcraft nerd. He builds his own computer. Obviously, dude plays The Witcher, and like played and beat all the Witcher games to like understand what he was doing.
Google says I pronounced it right.
Sure, yeah. Let's believe technology.
That's what Google said. I listened
Sure,
to it.
sure,
Look,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
play it. I'll play it. Ready?
Henry Cavill.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I'm gonna believe Jeff Bezos.
That's not Google.
It's the same thing at this point.
Oh wait,
They all own each other.
Travel is pronounced like travel. Travel.
Yeah.
it's him saying it. It was a YouTube video of him saying it.
Yeah,
I literally, I will
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
link it.
Yeah.
It's
But that would
Calvo.
be for me. What I one of those two would be
Okay.
would be
The dream.
awesome. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot though. I want to get
Oh.
I want to get into talking to more voice actors and stuff. It'd be sweet.
That'd be neat.
Yeah. All right. So we touched on favorite memories.
Which was your
Touch-
favorite episode?
Ugh. All of them.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't know. It's I look at it differently because like I love doing the stuff with Jay Lethal because I'm a huge wrestling fan. Mm-hmm. But I love doing the stuff with Neil Ross because he was the voice of my childhood. Mm-hmm. And like even though I've never really seen much that Jonathan's been in, he was such a cool dude to talk to that it was just a good episode to record. I'll say this instead. The biggest shock fact moment that I've gotten on the show, which I do still need to work on this, was when we interviewed the saxophonist for Pink Floyd, and he gave us his cell phone number after the show.
Now, let the record show, I was not a part of this yet, so I have never heard of that before. He gave you his cell phone number?
Yeah, so after the show, I haven't really communicated with him since because, well, life got, complicated.
Right.
So I still have it, and I keep telling my dad, I'm like, I need to just text him and be like, I don't know if you remember who I am, but like, because he was gonna teach me some stuff on like he's like super into technology, like these. It's crazy if you look in this guy's backstory. So saxophonist for Pink Floyd. He owned the company that created the first video game CD for Microsoft. And a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, so it was after the show, and I just kind of got this vibe that the dude was like, because he was very cool, and like we talked to him for a long time, and he was like, yeah, like hit me up whenever. Here's my cell phone number, and just like gave his cell phone number after the show, and I was like typing into my phone. I was like, okay. All right, you're officially the most famous person by far that I have in my cell phone.
Yeah, no, I'd imagine.
Yeah, so I was like,
That's
okay.
So funny.
Yeah, so I think that's my biggest shock moment that I've had so far is getting someone from Pink Floyd's actual number.
Wow, I'm gonna tell my dad that.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Well, to answer my own question, which was the correct question, was what's your favorite episode? The Mortal Kombat one.
Oh, okay.
Because that was the first episode I was on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was one of my favorite topics. It's still one of my favorite topics.
It's a good topic. Yeah, it's a good topic.
Besides Star Wars.
Well, yeah. So what was your biggest shock moment then so far? If that was your favorite episode, what was your favorite overall moment?
All of them.
And Sam was never on the show again.
You couldn't do this without me. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said earlier, I think I really enjoyed when we did the live with all of the Hawaiian artists because that was just such a fun time. And then you told me what Mog did for a living, and I was like, "Are you shitting me?"
Yeah. I forget all the time
that Mog is actually a real famous person.
Right, because the stuff that we've said to her. I'll say it that way. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, oh, right, you're actually famous.
Oh, right.
Got it. And the stuff she said to me.
Oh, yes. She's so mean to you.
She has said some horrible things to me, but I love her. Yeah, it's just funny. I think it's moments like that.
That really makes life worth living.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So when are we taking a trip to Hawaii? That's the real question.
Soon. Right? I'm gonna make myself crash with Brett for the sole reason of just waking up in the morning and like let's say he has a guest room, right? This is all speculation, right?
I don't know what Brett's house looks like.
Yeah, we have no clue. So pretend spare bedroom, walk out of it in the morning and just Brett, oh, what's up, man? Oh, what's up, Brett? I gotta do some stretching here. Oh, my finger. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. That'd be the only reason I would want to. That'd be the only reason I would want to.
Oh my god.
We will. So, we'll say this. So we're gonna be both the next con that we know for sure that both of us will be at that people can meet us at is Fan Expo. Mm-hmm. In July.
Yes.
Right.
July 7th through the 10th.
Yeah.
I still have to book our hotel room for that.
Right. Yeah. We should probably do that soon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center?
Yeah.
You know what? How about I look it up?
That's probably a good idea.
Before we start lying to these people.
we will both be on. We'll both be at that one, and I know. I hope that you guys. Even I really don't care what the numbers are, honestly, because the things that we have planned for the Fandom Effect in general, to me, are kind of below whatever you.
No, I'm correct. It is
Oh, you are
Donald E.
correct?
Stevens
Okay,
Convention
nice.
Center, July 7th through the 10th
Very
in
nice.
Chicago.
Nice. So we'll be there. So yeah, I hope you guys, whoever listens, just enjoys the rambling and the fact that we're trying to, we don't just want to just interview people. We want to actually help out the next sort of generation of nerds, just to find more things. I don't know. It's a weird goal, but we just want to help out other people.
Mm-hmm.
And bring more universal nerddom together.
Nerddom?
Yeah. So I don't have any alcohol currently in my hand, but cheers to 100 episodes.
I've got this really
Clink.
old Starbucks cup.
I've
Clink.
got a foam heart from my new job. Clink.
Go
That's what
us.
I've got. Here, I've got Cameron's empty brain. Clink, clink.
Oh, Cameron's empty little noggin. He's like, Dad, come on. You insulted his empty head.
He's giving me the stink face.
That's because you insulted his empty head.
Yeah. Bleh. So what would you like to say final words to everyone after 100 episodes and 35 minutes of rambling?
Nothing new. We ramble every episode. Thank you, everybody who has listened to us so far. Thank you for nobody going, where'd this girl come from? Get her off the show. So that was nice. Didn't have any of those.
I hid those. There was a lot.
What, to get that other guy off the show?
No, it was like, who is this person belching into the microphone?
I do not burp in the mic. I turn away.
Do you want me to go back and just like pull out the clips and then
Yes,
just...
you can go right ahead. Because every time I've had to burp, I've got the YouTube videos.
It's true.
I got it every time
after
I
you
burp.
edited it out.
After I burp, I press the mute
Yeah.
button, I turn
No.
away and burp.
But I'm
Do
just
not
kidding.
have to expose me like this.
But I'm just kidding. Continue.
What was I saying?
You were thanking everyone.
Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for the support. Anyway, you do buying our merch, liking and subscribing, watching our YouTube videos. Did you just crack your neck?
Yeah, that was hurting me.
I'm editing out that. I hated that.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to watch that again.
No, you should. But yeah, but I think, to repeat Sam's sentiments, an honest thank you for everyone that tuned in or has bought merch so far or has been a Patreon member at some point. All of those things are being like reworked and redone, as we are going to have a new logo. The artist got really busy that is doing our logo, so it is still being done. We're not rushing the person doing it for obvious reasons. So
nice.
Yeah. So all that stuff's being worked on. Website stuff. We're gonna launch not a Kickstarter, like a Facebook GoFundMe or something along those lines to try to raise money for the website. So stay tuned for that. And then if you can support it, that'd be great, because then we can do a website. And honest thank you to everyone, whether you were a friend that listened or you were a past guest. Even though we've been doing this show close to 2 years now, there's still lots of things that are being worked on and changed and upgraded at all times. So please keep paying attention, keep listening. We're still upgrading things at all times. So just stay tuned, and we will see you guys just on the next edition. And I'm not going to plug everything, because you guys, this is our appreciation for you guys.
Wait, no, we have one thing to plug.
What was that?
We now have an Instagram.
Oh, right. That's true. Okay, so we'll plug that. So we won't plug the other stuff. That'll be in the description. So just make sure when you listen to this, go to the description. We'll first review, like, and subscribe. Then go into the description. You'll find all of our socials. But since the Instagram is new, Sam, what is the Instagram?
It is _Fandom Effect, because somebody owns the Fandom Effect.
Yeah. Well, again, it's going to change when other things change. So
it's the _Fandom Effect. You can go ahead and
Yes.
follow us on there. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And do that. And then with that, we'll see you guys next week. Bright and early. Wednesdays. I think we'll stick with Wednesdays. Probably not. I don't know. We might be going back to Fridays. We got to talk about it.
Leave us a comment.
Yeah. Wednesday or Friday. But regardless, bright and early. And a lot of fun stuff in the works. So we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.